Justin, what was this week like, not knowing if you were going to play or not? And when did you know that you were okay to play and feel good to play in this game?
Yeah, so I did everything I could to come back early, and I think early on in the week, got to practice a little bit and just ran into meetings and did my best to catch myself up with all the film.
James, front middle.
Justin, can you just walk us through when, over the last week, the criticism of the offense, in particular the run game, just I know early on going through concussion protocol, but yeah, frankly for both of you guys, just to see the run game, the recommitment to it, the running on first down and establishing that and what that does for this whole offense psychologically for all of you.
Yeah, it's huge. That's where our offense starts with. It starts with the offensive line and the running backs, and they did a great job today, and it's definitely good to see that again, and it just helps us move the ball, and I thought we did a great job of that today.
Front right.
Calvin, how was the offensive line able to kind of regroup quickly after the penalty on Hansen, and if you have to start at center next week, is that something obviously you're comfortable with?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that, this entire coaching staff always preaches is that next man up mentality. And obviously it's hard to see Jake go out like that, but, I'm thankful that the coaches provide opportunities for guys for those particular situations if anything happens. So luckily we were able to, like you said, regroup and keep going forward.
Over on the right, Ryan.
Justin, when did you feel like you'd be able to have Dylan and just kind of pick up where you've left off with him in past games?
Yeah, so it's always great to have him out there, and he's a guy that just makes plays. And I think early on in the week we reached out to each other, and he was excited to come back and play, and I was too, and we told each other that we were going to do everything we could, and he had a great game today.
All right, Jason.
Justin, going to the side of maybe one of your top two victories as a quarterback and you leading the team. Can you reflect on that Utah win a little bit 2 years ago and just the emotion of that and how that boosted your confidence as a player?
Yeah, that was a time where we were struggling pretty heavily, and it was great to go up there and play well on both sides of the ball, and to have a win like that was really special, and it's something that we still remember.
Right smack dab in the middle. That one.
Justin, how do you grade Blake's throw on the fake field goal?
It was pretty impressive. I thought it was a great play, and for the receiver to stay on his feet and get the first down was huge.
On the left, Rob.
Herb, I just called you Herbert. That's weird. Justin, Dylan was talking about your relationship, and he said something about how you guys kind of critique each other and you offer criticism, and that's a key to your relationship. What's there to that? I mean, are you guys pretty hard on each other in terms of getting each other on the same page and working through a dynamic?
Yeah, that's something that we've really talked about, and that's the only way we get better. And so he's a guy that pushes me, and I try to push him as much as I can, but he's made me a ton better, and thankful to have a guy like that in our locker room.
Right in the middle, James, front row.
Justin, going back to last week for a moment, first, can you say for sure which play it was that you got hurt on? Because there was the late hit at the very end of the game on the run on third down on goal, and it looked like you took a shot near the head earlier in the second half, first off. Second off, on the hit on Dylan, a lot of people were criticizing that play this week, both for what the Arizona safety said and for the pass on the play. How much did it mean to you to have his support and saying, no, that you didn't do anything wrong at all there, that was that he was fine with that? But it mean to you when you were facing some criticism for that play?
Yeah, I think it was one of the last plays that I got hurt on. But Dylan's a competitor, and I'm glad that he's got my back, and I would never want to put him in a situation like that again, and felt horribly about it. But he's a guy that has stood up, and proud to see how he came back today, and it was good to see.
Jason, on the right.
Calvin, your coach talked about emphasis on run game. You guys need to get back to that must be kind of music to your ears as an offensive lineman. And are you vocal about that? Are you guys vocal as a unit saying, hey, this is our calling card. This is what we need to do in the next 3 games to really be successful?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we've heard all week that today was about reestablishing our identity, and that was being able to physically run the football. And I was really proud of how we all came out and were committed to that, and the offensive staff was committed to that. And it just gives us that much more confidence in our abilities and our success in running the football.
Last question, Ryan on the right.
Justin, growing up in Eugene and taking in the whole Chip Kelly era here and the heights they went to, what was it like competing against his team tonight? And did you get a chance to meet him and talk to him at all?
I tried to not let that take up too much of my attention this week. Just stay focused on the game and just try to block that out and not let it distract us too much. But it's definitely cool to line up against him, and it was a coach that I grew up watching, so it was special.